Hi, I'm AC Flurry, and I'd like to show you how I created an animated reflection in an ESO mirror that has no reflection. The principle is similar to what happens when you create a flip book. At a certain speed, the human brain sees motion where there is none. To create this illusion of movement, I started by filming my character doing the ESO greet. Next, I used my video editor to take snapshots of each core movement. Once I had my core images, I imported them into Corel Draw X8, where I used the Freehand tool to create an outline of each movement. The next step was to use the outline to cut out the image from the background. To do this, I selected the outline, held down the Shift key, and then I selected the background image. Next, I went to Object, Shaping, and selected Intersect from the Shaping menu. Intersect takes a copy of whatever is underneath the outline. In this case, a copy of the model making the first movement. The last step in this stage of the process was to export the model as a PNG. There are other export options, but only the PNG format keeps the transparency of the background. That transparent background is key if you want to build layers of images. Once I cut out and exported all 7 movement images, I was ready to do the background. This is the background image, with the mirror outlined in red. This time I used the object shaping function twice. The first time to intersect the mirror, and the second time to trim it, in other words, to cut it out. Now I need to prepare the components for an image sandwich. After enlarging the mirror component, I made a duplicate of it, and then I made the duplicate 50% transparent. Last but not least, I imported the first of the movement models into my file. I now had a background image, 2 mirror images, and the model. This is how I put them all together. First, I put the enlarged mirror image behind the background image. Next, I placed the model image roughly where it's supposed to go and used the Object Order Behind option to place it behind the background image. A bit of adjustment, and then I was ready for the transparent mirror image. To make things easier, I told Corel to place the transparent object behind the background image before moving it. I now had the model sandwiched between the 2 mirror images, and all 3 were behind the background image. To make the rest of the models align properly, I set up guidelines. After selecting all 4 components, I used the Object Group function so I could manipulate them as a single item. Next, I drew a box of exactly the right size around the group. I then used the box to intersect the part of the group that I wanted to keep. And there it is. All I need to do now is export it as either a JPEG or a PNG file format. PNG gives a better quality image so I'll stick to that. Once the file is saved, the first pose for the animation is done. When all 7 poses are done, we're ready to animate. I use the stop motion function of VideoStudio Pro 21. As I'm not using a camera, only 4 of these settings are relevant. Project name is the name of the animation. Capture folder is where the images for my animation are stored. Save to library is the folder in VideoStudio Pro where the finished animation will be saved. And image duration determines how long each image will be displayed. The higher the number, the more jerky the animation. I selected 5 frames. With the settings done, select Import to open the capture folder. As I named the images in the correct sequence, the easiest way to select them all is to click on the first image, hold down the Shift key, and click on the last image. Then click Open. The images fill the timeline, and then you can see what the animation looks like. You can also select the images manually to get a different effect. Clicking Import opens the capture folder again. But this time, I'm only selecting images 4, 5, and 6 in the order of 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6. So that when I'm done, I get a wave. Once I click Save, I get an animation file that can be played in VideoStudio Pro. But to be useful, I have to convert that file into an MP4 by taking it into VideoStudio Pro and then clicking on the Share button. Now I have to select the file format. MP4 is the default. Type in a name. Select the destination folder, Completed is mine, and click Start. When the render is complete, the destination folder contains a new video that I can watch on my PC or upload to YouTube. As always, thank you for watching and goodbye.